Let's talk about every single C-drama that I have consumed this summer, because why not? And yes, I'm aware that it's like September, October, but like it's literally 70 degrees where I am right now. First up, I finished Legend of Zhanghai, starring Xiao Zhang and Zhang Jinyi. I really enjoyed this, 8 out of 10 stars. I really liked how the main character wasn't all powerful from the beginning. He had a lot of character growth. He kind of had internal struggles with what he prioritizes. What's more important, love or his revenge? His sense of identity or his revenge? Who is he as a person if not for his mission of revenge? And I really liked how those themes were explored. I also really liked the construction of the characters. Everybody had their own motivations. Even the villains had like moments where you found them pitiful, moments where you were like, I get where you're coming from. I think it's very important as a series to have all the characters feel like real life people. The two main characters had a lot of organic chemistry. A lot of romance dramas will have specific moments engineered to have them have these sweet moments, but I really liked how romance wasn't the main focus, and therefore it felt a lot more natural. Next thing that I completed was a variety show, Keep Running. I didn't love the series. The cast was very funny. I like Fan Chen, Meng Ziyi, Li Yingrui, all of them I really liked. Something about this season was just a little bit off. I don't know what it was about the season. Maybe it's the fact that there wasn't deeper themes explored. A lot of times with Paonan, they will have deeper themes or they will put in effort to construct a storyline, and I feel like that was kind of missing in this season. Like a lot of times they explore societal problems. They did one episode on environmental issues. I think we were just lacking like 1 or 2 meaningful episodes or episodes with like intricate plotting. I think this season focused more on the like clippable funny moments, which is fine, but I expected more from Paonan. I think Paonan is more so known for how each episode has like this intricate storyline, and I also feel like they sacrificed the cohesiveness of an episode for the sake of the added humor clips. Even though there was like a lot of great things about this season, I really liked the cast, it was just a miss for me personally. I don't know if anybody else felt the same way. Let me know in the comments. I feel like this is a very hot take. Next, we have A Dream in a Dream starring Liu Yining and Li Yitong. Really enjoyed this drama. I really enjoyed the first couple of episodes, especially the first episode. That was like peak. This scene from the first episode is so iconic. Like, you've seen love triangles, but have you seen a 3-way stab love triangle carousel? I don't think so. Like, the first episode or so was so fun, and that's why it felt kind of disappointing when the middle part just fell really flat and almost like we forgot the main character is from a different world and has like script protection, like plot armor. It's like we forgot about all of these things and it just became a regular old costume idol drama. And I do like all the interactions with the male lead who was under a disguise, and I also like the side characters a lot, especially the male lead's friends. I do think the female lead was very annoying and stupid. 50% of the drama was spent trying to deal with the female lead, which I understand because originally the novel, like, the male lead is horrible, right? But I just feel like it's a lot of like, I love him, I don't love him, I can't love him, but I want to love him, but I can't marry him because we'll die, but I can't just not do that because I'll have to do it anyways. And it was just a lot of like the female lead going in loops with her thinking and the male lead just chasing after her. It gets to a certain point. Even though I really didn't like that, I still gave it an 8.5 out of 10 stars because I really liked the ending, which I know a lot of people didn't, but I really liked the ending. It made me like kind of question what happened. There's usually only one possible outcome. The female lead goes back into her world and then she meets like the modern day version of the male lead, and that's where like the drama ends, when they meet again. So when there was a different ending than what I expected, it was definitely a pleasant surprise. I was like, oh, that's actually kind of interesting. And for me, if your ending is good, I am willing to look past how horrible the middle part of the drama is. I never said I was a fair rater. I just rate based on vibes. I do have to say that Liu Yining's acting definitely took me by surprise. I was always under the impression that his acting wasn't the best, but I have to say there was this one scene in particular that after I watched it, I was like, oh my gosh, Liu Yining's acting has improved so much. You could see how he has all these subtle like changes in his facial expression as he delivers his line, and oh my gosh, I just really like how he handled the scene.
顾着找你们，我知道你会来，是吗？支持一下，让你我退婚的圣旨。 退婚。宋一梦，我跟你说了，紫金阁的事我会给你一个交代，你为什么不愿相信我呢？一次都不行吗？所以，我在你心里，我跟你妹妹的事儿，就是为了拉拢宋家的一场算计。你每次有危险，我束手相助的时候，她都是虚情假意。我为你做的每一件认真的事，都当做无用之事，弃如敝履，是吧？凭什么呀？啊，你凭什么认为你很了解我呢？不是的，去吧。还有那个什么，机智。我说站在这儿，你选择视而不见，你是相信什么荒诞无稽的破剧本？
我从一开始接近，就只是为了想杀了你而已。找断刀之法是为了杀，上元灯节是为了杀，电魂也是为了想杀了你。
I'm like praying that it doesn't get copyrighted, but even if it does, I feel like you could tell every single emotion just based on the facial expressions and how they portrayed the scene. Next one we have is Return Master. This one is a 7.5 out of 10, and the only reason why it's a 7.5 and not lower is because it's a BL drama and the chemistry was fire. Halfway through the drama, it was like, okay, let's get somewhere, okay? It felt like we weren't getting anywhere, and I'm like, okay, let's get somewhere. And then we did, and then we got to the ending. The last few episodes were like plot twist after plot twist, but they were like plot twists that you could see coming and also very annoying. Didn't make any sense just for the sake of being ghost shit. It made me very angry, and I don't care how good the chemistry between the cast is, it's a bad drama. Next is Full River Red. The director directed Shadow, which I absolutely love. So I came in with high expectations and I left kind of disappointed. I rated it a 7 out of 10. I didn't vibe with the ending. It felt a little bit disappointing, but it's also difficult to pinpoint what made it disappointing. I think it's just how much buildup there was and what the payoff ended up being. Imagine a roller coaster where it just keeps going up and keeps going up and you feel like you are touching the clouds and then it drops, right? And you're expecting like your stomach to drop, you're expecting you to suddenly violently go down, and then it's like the most flat slope ever, and then it just peacefully brings you back down. Like, you're bound to be disappointed. It felt like there was a plot point put in there, and it's the same plot point that was in Shadow, but here this plot point was just dropped in at the end, not explained, not really, and then we just like moved on. If you want to watch one of his movies, I recommend Shadow. If you're interested to know more about my thoughts on Shadow, you could check out my 2024 best to worst dramas video. Number 6, Justice in the Dark. This one is severely underrated, and I think the main reason for this was because it originally aired 8 episodes and then randomly stopped because China was like, nope, we don't like that. And so because it was stopped by China, I went in expecting BL, actual like tension. I don't think there was that much tension. It's really just 2 guys, and then China was like, no, we don't like that. And I think I went in with the wrong expectations, hence I was like a little bit thrown off. It worked out at the end though. I really enjoyed it. I really did. All the crimes were fascinating. The characters were fascinating. I really like Dancing Tun's character, Pei Su. I think as a writer, I'm really obsessed with his character development and like his morals. Seeing his internal struggles. All of the protagonists were constructed so well, and some of the villains had their own story arc and a little bit of compassion to them. There was a few that I was like, could have been better, but generally like the character arcs are amazing. I did find the ending to be off-putting, and you'll notice this trend with all of my ratings, which is it's heavily influenced by the ending. Usually with media, there's this big climax, big conflict, and then somebody gets injured, and like you don't know if they're going to be alive or dead or if everything's gonna be fine. What I didn't like was after that person got injured, we immediately like cut to the future where they're like at a gathering, but it's missing that middle part where it's like everybody's worried, upset, or like when they were wrapping up the details of the case, like none of that was shown. We immediately jumped to the future where they're all happy, and it's off-putting for the audience because you just went through the scene where you're really upset, right? Going through the emotional turmoil, and you're not given a breather because right after you're shown this person like fully alive and you're like, he's fine, and then it feels like you just got pulled out of that emotion of like, oh my gosh, is he gonna be okay? And then you just like got yanked out of it because they immediately showed to you that he's fine, but you need to give your audience like that buffering moment of like, is he gonna be okay? And this didn't just happen once. Like throughout the drama too, like when people died or people got injured, it was like, we're sad, okay, now we gotta go back to like the actual topic. And it's like, you're not upset that he's dead? Like, how is only one person crying? Overall, I do recommend this drama, especially if you're into the dark crime aesthetic. And lastly, we have Revenge Love, which I swear to God was all over my For You page. While the chemistry was fire, sometimes with the first couple there wasn't consent. It felt a little bit forced, and I hated that. I do really like the second couple. They're like the model couple here, and the plot was also like, it got more and more like, what is going on? What is actually going on here? Trying to explain the plot of this would go absolutely crazy. It's so like complicated. Also, at some point the mom and her sickness was used as the plot point to create angst, and I hated that. I hated that so much. It cheapened the plot, ruined her character too, like her characterization. Thank you so much for tuning in to my yapping. Follow to become besties, and tell me how your summer went and what you watched. I really need drama recommendations. Please, besties.